Welcome to lesson 42 of our interactive notes. Subtracting mixed numbers using renamed mixed numbers, pages 31 and 32. Okay, so our content objective for 4th grade, and F, numbers, operations, fractions, B, 3C. I can subtract mixed numbers with like denominators. For 4th grade, OA, operations and algebraic thinking, A3. I can determine how reasonable my answers to subtraction problems are by using estimation. Language objective, I can use vocabulary related to fractions and addition to communicate how to subtract mixed numbers. Social objective, I can work with others to create models to prove the solution to the subtraction of mixed numbers. All right. So we will be estimating just like we did in the last lesson. But here we're going to be looking at subtraction in a different way. So in the last lesson, we changed everything to improper fractions. In this one, we're going to just take one part and change it into a fraction. So here we have 2 whole, and we need to take away 3/8. So this time, instead of cutting everything into eighths, I'm just going to cut one of them. So I'm going to leave 1 whole, and then I'm going to cut the other one into eighths. And all of them are there, so 8/8. Still 2 whole. 1 whole, and this is another way of writing 1 whole. 1 and 8/8 is the same as 2 because all the pieces are still there. Now we can do our subtracting. Now that we have it as 1 and 8/8, we subtract our fractions first. So 8/8 take away 3/8. 1, 2, 3. We end up with 5/8. 1 whole take away no whole is 1. So we subtract our fractions first and then our whole units. So I have 1 whole and 5/8. So this is nice. My answer is already an improper fraction. I'm sorry, a mixed number. If I needed to get an improper fraction, I could, but this is usually most useful for whatever we need in 4th grade, so we want the mixed number. Okay, so now we're going to look at it when we have 2 mixed numbers, not just a whole number. So here I have 2 whole and 3/8, but I need to take away 4/8. I don't have enough eighths. I only have 3. I need 1 more to take it away. So first I have to take this 2, take one of them, and I'm going to cut it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Just like we did over here. The thing is, I already have 3. So what do I have? I have 1 whole, and I have 8 plus 3 is 11/8. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did not change the amount. I just cut one of them up into 8 pieces. So I still have 2 whole units and 3/8. It's just one of the whole is now cut up into 8 more pieces. So now that I have 1 and 11/8, and I'm taking away 1 and 4/8, first I need to subtract the fractions. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths, just the fraction piece that I'm looking at. So we subtract the fractions first. We have that 1, 2, 3, 4. So I subtracted the fraction. I had 7/8. Now I subtract the whole number. 1 whole, take away 1 whole is 0. So what do I still have? Bring that fraction and whole number together. 7/8 plus 0 is 7/8. 7/8. 0 is 7/8. Is that what I have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Okay. So here, we're going to practice some more, and we're going to make sure we estimate to see if our answer is reasonable. So when I have just a whole number, it's going to stay a whole number. 1/6. What is that closest to? Is that closer to being 0 or to being 1? Well, half of 6 is 3. So 3/6 is our halfway point. 1 is less, so it's closer to 0. 4 take away 0 is 4. So the estimate is 4. So I have 4 whole, and I need to take away 1/6. So here's my 1, 2, 3, 4 whole. But I need to change it into 3 and 6/6. So I still have 3 whole, and I have another whole here, but this one's cut into 6 pieces. All 6 are there. So this is still 4, but I'm rewriting it or renaming it as 3 and 6/6. Now I can take away that 1/6. So you subtract just the fractions, get 5, 6. Take away just 1. I don't need to subtract the whole number, so it's 3 left over and 5, 6. 3 whole and 5, 6. Is that close to 4? That is very close to 4. It's just one piece away. Okay, here we're going to estimate again. So 4 and 1/5. Well, half of 5 is 2.5. So 1 is less than 2.5. So this is closer to just being 4. 1 and 4/5. Well, 2.5 is half of 5. So 4 is more than 2.5. So it's closer to being 2. 4 take away 2 is 2. The estimate is 2. So here I need to take 4 and 1/5, and I need to rename that. So I have my 1, 2, 3, 4 whole. Because I have only 1/5 and I need to take away 4 of them. So I have to rename this fraction, this mixed number. So I'm going to rename it as 3. I'm going to take one of them and cut up it into 5 pieces, but I still have that 1/5 already. So I'm going to rename this mixed number as 3 and 6/5. 3 whole. I have 3 whole that aren't cut up, and then 6/5. Still 4 and 1/5. It's just one of them is cut into pieces now. Now that it's cut into pieces, I'm going to subtract the fractions first. If I take away 1, 2, 3, 4, I am left with 2/5. I take away the whole. 3 take away 1. I'm left with 2. So now I have to bring these two together, add them together. 2 plus 2/5 is 2 and 2/5. Do I have 2 whole and 2/5? Yes, I do. 2 and 2/5. Is that close to 2? Yes, it is. So it is reasonable. All right, let's go ahead and do some more practice in our 3-column note.